Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So my client today came in with some unhappy news with her hair. She got a silk press a while back, and of course you can clearly tell her curl pattern is definitely different. She does have coarse pattern or coarse textured hair. Her ends are more straight and her roots are in the natural form. So of course you know that you cannot revive the curl pattern. But what we're going to do is start by strengthening the hair that she does have, because she did have a little bit of shedding. But when I went to do her shampoo, I noticed that she had a lot of buildup on her hair. It was very oily. So what I did was did a dry shampoo using our herbal detox shampoo first, just to get a lot of that buildup in oil off the scalp. Now, I know a lot of you are like, wait. You're removing the oil? You're removing the oil before you do a protein? Because that's exactly what we're about to do, is a protein treatment on her. But you don't want the hair to be heavy and have residual products or build up on the hair. The goal is to have the hair nice and clean. It doesn't necessarily need to be 100% squeaky, dried out clean, but you don't want to have a lot of oil on the hair from the beginning. That is just going to make the hair even more heavy, because we have to moisturize, then protein, and then moisturize or hydrate again. So that is just an added layer of moisture and dirt and buildup, right? Okay. So now we're doing our Moisture ELT moisturizing shampoo on her hair. The reason why we're doing a moisturizing shampoo first after the herbal detox is because when you are doing a protein treatment, you want to start with hydration or moisture, and you also want to end with hydration or moisture. While protein is an amazing thing for the hair, it does wonders for the hair, protein is also one of those things where it is very drying to the follicle. So there is the reason why we are starting with a Moisture ELT shampoo first. And then my third shampoo is actually the Hydra Strength shampoo. You don't have to always do a third shampoo, but for her hair, I did, because I could clearly tell that her hair really needed some real TLC, and I wanted a hint of that lavender. I wanted that nice moisture and softness in her hair. So that is the reason why I used the Hydra Strength last. And because I also wanted an equal balance of hydration and moisture at the same time. So with our Elite Super Reconstruction System, it is a 2-part system. Guys, I had to get the soap out of the sink. It was driving me nuts. And if I didn't get out of the sink, I just couldn't function. So anyway, with the Elite Super Reconstruction System, it is a 2-part system, Part A and Part B. So what we did was we went ahead and did her shampoo process first. You're going to towel dry the hair. It doesn't need to be like dry. It just needs to be towel dried. And then you will apply Part A sparingly over the entire head from root to ends. Now, I didn't use a lot. I used maybe 1/4 cup, maybe less than that. And then she went under the dryer without a processing cap for 15 to 25 minutes, depending on the density of your hair. Okay. So what I'm doing now is, even though it is a protein treatment conditioner, I am still rinsing with warm water, because I have one more step. So I do use warm or kind of lukewarm water when it comes time for rinsing. And then we use Part B after Part A is rinsed out, which is our Replenishing Conditioner to help rehydrate the hair. This is a very important step that a lot of people miss. Okay, so this is not a step that you want to miss. I put a processing cap on her head, and then I put her under the dryer for about 10 minutes. Now, immediately out of the dryer, I am able to start detangling her hair with the Replenish Conditioner still on her hair. So you can tell it has a nice slip to it. It gives the hair this amazing moisture feeling, but not very, very heavy. And you do want to make sure that you detangle the hair at this point of the process. And then you are going to now rinse with cool water. So this is my final conditioner. And the cool water rinse is when I do it. This is when I do it here. Sorry. So once you've rinsed with cool water thoroughly, make sure you're not leaving any product in the hair. That's very important. Then we go ahead and towel dry the hair again, and we follow with our Elite Hydration and Strength Leave-In Spray. And then I twist her up into 4, maybe 5 pieces, because I want her to go under the dryer to dry under diffused heat. I don't like to blow dry wet hair. So what I do is detangle the hair again, and I part it into sections and just rope twist it into some really big rope twists, kind of like the ones that your mom used to give you when you were going to school. Okay? It doesn't have to be neat. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just want to make sure that you give the hair natural elongation. And when I say natural elongation, without using a heat tool, if you allow the hair to stretch while it's under the dryer, you've done a bulk of the work. And then when the client is about 70% dry, or your hair is about 70% dry, at that point you can go section by section and blow dry the hair. So she goes under the dryer for about 20 to 30 minutes. And then we go back, and now it was time to dry her. So I did go ahead and already blow dry her hair out. And then I'm doing the silk press process. So as we were speaking, she informed me that when she got her last silk press, she just noticed that the hair was just, it was not the same as when she started. She's already at the point where she knows that her curl pattern won't return to the original curl pattern. But she decided that she wanted to silk it and then get a majority of it cut into not even majority. She wanted it cut into a bob. So that's what we did after silking her. I am a firm believer in no more than 1 to 2 passes, the max. I do not do multiple passes over the hair. And your tool will also be the depicting factor of how many passes you have to do and the size of the section that you use. So make sure you're using good tools for stuff like this. The tool that I'm using is the H2 Pro 1-inch titanium iron. And then we went ahead and did her bob cut. As you guys know, I love my babyless clipper. So I am one of those people where I will start my bobs with the clipper. It's a lot easier for me and a lot quicker. But if you are not comfortable, definitely use your shears. But I always start with my clipper for my guide, and then I go back through and start cleaning it up with my shears and giving some dimension or some texture. Now, her hair texture is still coarse. So that means that her hair is not, you have fine, medium, and coarse textured hair. Coarse textured hair, or any textured hair, is measured by the diameter of the actual strand, right? So for her, I can actually count her strands. That's how I know that she has coarse textured hair. You can feel the texture of the hair when you roll it in between your fingers. It feels very, I don't want to say hard, like crazy hard, but it feels very firm. And also her hair was, you can tell it was heat damaged. I'm just going to say it that way. It was heat damaged. And, you know, the only way for her to get a true haircut, of course, was for us to go ahead and do a silk press. And I know it's kind of redundant, but at the same time, I couldn't cut her until she was straight. And I tell you guys this all the time. If you are not going to wear your hair curly forever, do not get curly cuts. That is very important. So we went ahead and curled her up. I did continue using my titanium iron, but here's the kicker. I am doing extremely large sections, okay? And I also put a little bit of our Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum on her hair, which does serve as a heat protectant as well as a shine serum. And I use a little bit of Sebastian Shaper to help seal the cuticle so I'm not overworking the cuticle or the follicle as I am trying to style it. That is also a common mistake that is made because you're not sealing the cuticle when you are styling, and you automatically assume the hair is still frizzy and you keep going over and over and over and over and over again. So you want to make sure you maintain pressure on your iron from root to end, and that will allow that cuticle to lay and close really, really nicely and be really, really shiny without any additional work. So that was a pro tip for you guys. So at the end of the service, as I was actually silking her, I did notice that she had some breakage. And honestly, where the breakage was is exactly at the line of demarcation between the heat damaged hair and her natural hair. So I can clearly tell that some extremely high temps were being used for her silk press. And that is most likely the reason why she ended up having her curl pattern change in just one press. So you guys be careful when you are getting your presses. Don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, it's okay to ask questions. If your stylist gets aggravated when you ask questions, then you probably need to choose a new stylist. Anyhow, all of the products that you guys heard me mention is available by going to EliteHairCareUSA.com, and you can save an additional 15% by using code YouTube, YOUTUBE, all one word. Please comment down below. Tell me what you thought about this beautiful cut on her. Her hair just has so much body and life now. I just loved it. She loved it. Everybody in the salon loved it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new, and thumbs up this video by telling me, and also telling me what you thought. There we go. Have you ever experienced any heat damage? If you have, please also comment and tell us what you did.